I have 11 half-finished projects saved on my laptop right now. A course I never launched, a video I never posted, a business idea with a folder full of notes and nothing else. For years, I called myself a perfectionist, someone who just cares too much about quality to release something not ready yet. Turns out that wasn't really it. The truth was a lot less flattering and a lot more useful once I actually saw it. I used to think the fix was discipline. Push through, finish it anyway. Stop being so precious about the details. So I'd force myself back to the project, grind through a session, feel briefly proud, and then quietly stop again a few days later. Every time some version of "it's not good enough yet" would show up right before the finish line. I assumed my standards were just too high, that I needed to lower them, or toughen up, or care less about what people thought. Here's what I didn't understand back then. It was never really about quality. If it were about quality, I would have finished the mediocre version and improved it later. What I was actually avoiding wasn't an unfinished product. It was being seen while I was still figuring it out. A finished project invites judgment on the result. An unfinished one lets me stay safely in "still working on it," where nobody can judge what isn't done yet. The shift didn't happen when I found more discipline. It happened when I noticed what I was actually protecting. I started asking, right before I'd stall out, what am I afraid happens if this goes out exactly as it is right now? And the honest answer was never, it won't be good enough. It was something closer to, someone will see that I'm still learning this, and I'll look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's not a quality problem. That's a visibility problem. I wasn't protecting my work from being bad. I was protecting myself from being seen mid-progress. So here's what actually changed things, piece by piece. First, I started separating finished from perfect. A finished thing doesn't have to be the best version. It just has to exist in a state I'm willing to release. I began asking, is this good enough to exist? Not, is this good enough to never be criticized? Those are two very different bars. Second, I gave myself a visible deadline, not a private one I could quietly move, one I told someone else about or scheduled publicly. Once someone else was expecting it, still working on it, stopped being an option I could hide inside indefinitely. Third, and this mattered most, I let people see the rough version on purpose. Instead of hiding drafts until they felt safe, I started sharing early unfinished work with one or two people I trusted. It broke the spell. Once I survived being seen mid-progress a few times, the fear around it got smaller every time. I still have projects that stall sometimes. That part didn't fully disappear, and I don't think it's supposed to. What changed is I can usually name it now. When I catch myself stalling near the finish line, I ask what I'm actually avoiding. And most of the time, it's not the work. It's being seen doing it imperfectly. If you have a folder full of things you never finished, I don't think you're lazy, and I don't think your standards are the problem. I think some part of you learned that staying unfinished feels safer than being seen mid-progress. And that's something you can unlearn. One small, visible, imperfect release at a time. Separate finish from perfect. Set a deadline someone else knows about. Let people see the rough draft. If this resonated, share it with someone who has a folder full of unfinished things too. And if you want more of this, real talk, small changes, no guilt trips, I'll see you in the next one.